too many things on the internet. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. If you are seeing my face, for rather our faces, for the first time, my name is Eva Mtali and she is Nante. So on this channel, we talk about travel, we talk about moving abroad, whether that is temporary, whether it is permanently. And most of these we talk about, I don't know why it's lagging. We talk about how you can do so even without using an agent. And today I am excited. I have with me a guest here that you probably have never met before. And she is going to share with us her story of how she got a job in the UK. She is Kenyan. We're actually in Nairobi right now. So I'm excited to have her here on the channel. So as you come here, please give the video a like because it is free to like the video, but it also helps to motivate us, to motivate her, and to show Google that this video is yeah, that there's a lot of good stuff happening on this video. And this is a topic that is very important because a lot of us have been asking about how you can apply for jobs from wherever you are, whether you're in Kenya, Ghana, Nigeria, South Africa, wherever you are. And Nante today is going to share with us all the tips of how she got her job, and just not her job, she got a job and Penzi. So you want to stick to the very end. Let me know where you are. Guys, I don't know what has happened. I was very okay before we started this video. So do let me know where you're watching us from so that we can know where to give our examples from, yeah? So let me know in the comment section. Say hello in the comment section below. Please say hi to Nante as well and welcome her to the channel. So Nante, feel welcome. Yes. So guys, we're gonna dive straight in. So Nante, just tell us a little bit about yourself. Who is Nante?
My name is Nante. My official name is government names Mary Nasiki Maunga, and then the name I go by is Nante. Or now currently people call me Antiwa Maju. So any of the names is fine.
Yes.
Yes, I am a human resource specialist.
So you can speak a little louder.
I am a human resource specialist by profession.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I have a partner, and I now officially will be living in the United Kingdom. Yeah.
Oh yes, guys, you heard her well. So Nante has been in the, actually the last time you were visiting me here, you were traveling to the UK.
Yes.
So maybe you can tell us a little bit, how was the UK? On what visa did you go? How was that journey? How was it? Why are you back here? Maybe you can just let us know a little bit more about that.
So I went to the UK on a visit visa, actually a 6 months visit visa, and now the visa expires in actually end of May or beginning of June of this year.
Oh, so you went in December, right?
Yeah, I went in December. So it comes to the end of May around there. And I went on a visit visa invited by my sister and with her partner, my sister and her partner. The UK visit visa doesn't give you the right to work in the country. You have no access to work, to do voluntary job, extremely nothing completely. So you just go, you visit the person you're going to visit, and then once your visit is done, the reason why you're given a visit, you come back to your country because you declared you come back to your country. So I went on the visit visa. I came back 2 days ago to process now my work visa.
Okay, yes. Great. So maybe now you can tell us about that journey of getting your UK job. So when did you get, okay, let's start with the application. When did you start doing your job applications?
I started doing the personal job applications I started doing when I landed in the United Kingdom. So as much as you cannot work, you can actually do the job application.
Okay, so job applications is something you can do from anywhere, and you could even have done it even from Kenya if you were there.
And even when you on the standard work visa, the standard visit visa for the UK, you can actually mention that you're going to look for a job. They allow you to use the visit visa to go and look for a job as long as you say you're not going to work there, but you have to have someone that's inviting you. But you can actually say, I'm being invited to go for a job fair, I'm being invited to go look for a job. It is, when you read from the UK government, you'll see that they say they allow you to go into the UK to visit to look for a job. So it's not an offense to go in to look for a job. I started my work application the beginning of the second week of December, should be like on 9th of December. That's when I started applying for the jobs. But before that, I had planned to start, we had started the process of me going to the United Kingdom in April.
Of 2023?
Yes, in April of 2023. That's actually in October of 2022. That's the first time that we started the process of me going to the UK. And at that time, I was going to do the care work. That was actually what I was going to do, I was going to do care work, and I was comfortable enough to do it. I had gone for the classes, I'd gone for the training and everything. I was now fully qualified to do the care work. Then up to April, when it got to April, and the care home that I was planning to go to, things went the way they were, like the things that have been happening to the care visa. So the care home ended up being closed, and now there was not that section of going, and a lot of people, you could see there were a lot of people who are charging the care work visa expensively and stuff like that. So it was not a path that we were looking towards me going to the UK with. And so we opted for looking for other ways, and when it came now to November, we decided, let's try the skilled worker, let's try the visit visa for me to just come and visit for a while, and then see if I'm comfortable with the UK. And if I'm comfortable, I can come back and apply for the job. So the plan was just to see if I'm comfortable with that, if I can live there for a while, and then come back and do the applications from here. So the intent was not for me to go and do the applications from there, it was just to go and get aware with the environment, and then come back and do it from here. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe you can tell us, so how are you doing the applications? Were you like handing in your letters physically, or what method were you doing to use the job applications for the UK?
So when I went to the UK, most of these sites, you can access them from here, but I knew them when I was there. Yeah, so you can access them from Kenya, but I knew them when I was
there. So maybe
there.
you can tell us some of those websites. So guys, I'm just gonna be typing them. If you're watching this video after the live, just go to the comment sections, swipe left, you will see comments that on the video that were done while the video was live. So I'm just gonna type. So if you don't mind, Nancy, you can share with us the, we need to log out here. We need to, you can share with us the sites that you are using to do the job applications.
I'll share the sites that I was using first. There are so many sites you can actually use, so many sites. But if you are looking for a skilled worker visa, because you don't have the right to work in that country, so you're looking for a company that can sponsor you with a certificate of sponsorship to actually work in the country. So you're looking for the employers who have the skilled worker visa license. So the first thing that you have to do is go to the UK government site, gov.uk. Under the skilled worker visa, when you go to the skilled worker visa, they have a license of listed sponsored of the companies that are licensed by the government to give you the skilled worker visa. It has close to 90,000 companies, there are a lot of companies, and it's updated actually daily. So even if companies come in new ones, they update it every day. The one you download today is not the same one that will be there tomorrow. They remove companies that they've ripped off the sponsorship, and then they update others, they update a new one. So go and have that list of companies. That list of companies will help you when you're looking for the skilled worker jobs. It will be an easier way. Then, now the sites. Coming to the sites, we have one site that is called jobvisa.uk. Jobvisa.uk is like a blog site for job application. So it doesn't have it's not like Indeed or Glassdoor, where recruiters post the jobs there and then you apply for it. These ones, they pick the jobs from those sites, from Indeed, from Glassdoor. They pick the jobs from there, and then they post them. They post them there with the jobs that are specifically with a skilled worker visa. So when you go there, it has been written jobvisa.uk. Should be able to put it up. Jobvisa.uk. You open it, and that site by itself, you'll see the jobs.
Mhm.
All those jobs there have sponsorship, so they'll give you the closing date, they'll show you the site to apply. If it is being applied through Indeed, it's being applied through Glassdoor, it's being applied through Total Jobs. So you go there and you apply for those
Specific
for those specific jobs. It has been the website is nice. It has been categorized in different departments, care, healthcare, what different sections. So you can just go there and find it. That's the first one, jobvisa.uk. Then you can use Total Jobs. You can use Indeed UK. You can use
totaljobs.com.
Yes, totaljobs.com. You can use Indeed. You can use Reads. You can use
Reads.uk.
Yes, you can use reads.uk. All these ones open from any country that you are in. They open from any of the countries. You can use Reads. If you are in hospitality, you can use Caterers Live or Milk Round.
You should wait fast.
Yes.
You're going too fast for me. You say there's Reads.
Yes.
So guys, please ask your questions in the comment section. So there's read.uk, and then there is the other one was Caterer.
Yeah, Caterer Live.
Caterer Live.
Yeah.
Jobs.
Yeah.
Okay. So guys, if you're gonna be watching this video after the live, you just have. Oops. Is that the one? Caterer.
You see, it has 101 sponsorship.
But why isn't it open?
Caterers Global. I don't know.
Temporarily down. Caterer Global.
Okay. Sometimes if you have Total Jobs, you'll be able to access actually Caterers Live because it's a subsidiary for Total Jobs. So if you log into Total Jobs, you'll be able to access Caterers Live and Milk Round because they'll give you suggestions with that. So you can as well do that in case you struggle to access it from the site. When you use Total Jobs, it will be able to give you the two of them. So these jobs are there. The thing with UK that you need to know, UK has so many jobs, like literally so many jobs, and these companies are willing to sponsor you if you are the right candidate. So some companies will not say that we openly give sponsorship. They will not say openly we give sponsorship. So when you're applying, look for companies that say we are looking for diversity and inclusion, people of color, equality, and whatever. Those ones are companies that can sponsor you. Companies that are not willing to sponsor you say it directly on their page that if you do not have the right to work, kindly do not apply for this thing. So if you see that, don't waste your time. There are a lot of companies, there are a lot of jobs. Go ahead. If you see somewhere where they've not requested for the right to work, go ahead and apply for that job, because as long as a company is on the licensed skilled worker visa, they can sponsor you for the job if you have met the salary threshold for that specific job. If you are coming from the medical field, track job is your savior. Track job, yes, and anyone can.
How do you write track job?
TRAC.
Track job.
Yeah, no, not K. There's no K.
Oh, like this.
Yeah.
Oh, track jobs.
Yeah, track jobs. Yeah.
Oh, this is for healthcare jobs.
Yeah, so it doesn't have healthcare jobs alone. It has all the sections. It has all the jobs that you want, but it measures on the hospital. It's the licensed recruiter for hospitals, for NHS hospitals in the United Kingdom. So any application that you apply has to go through the track job. So it has a long list of. It has pages and pages and pages. You can actually take up to 4 hours doing that one. But all hospitals are licensed to give the skilled worker visa. All universities are licensed to give the skilled worker visa. And you'd find those applications are quite tiresome. When you start them, you can feel discouraged to actually not finish them because you'd feel like they are asking for a lot of things from you, things more than you are expecting. But once you learn the track of filling the form, it becomes easier. Yes. A tip that I'd say that you need to use, pick only 2 websites. From the websites I've given, pick 2. Don't go apply on Indeed, Situate. Pick 2 that you're working with. One, because when you pick a website, the algorithms of that website will be able to tailor a search job for you that will work with you. So by the time you're getting to your 10th application, the website is now working in your favor. But when you have like 5 different websites that are working, you'll end up making yourself tired. So pick only 2 websites that you're working with, and then give yourself 1 week don't apply for any of the jobs. Sit down with your CV.
Let me take a look at GitHub. Just continue.
Sit down with your CV and tailor make your CV to fit the application, not the UK standard of applying for a job. The UK CV, there's a UK CV format of applying for a job. That 1 week, no pressure. Work on your CV. Work on your CV because in the UK, your CV will sell you. It is literally what will sell you. So work on your CV. Have a CV. If, for example, I've done human resource, have a CV on human resource recruiter, have a CV on HR administrator, have a CV on payroll assistant.
Those are different CVs
like,
or the same CV?
Different CVs. Like curate a CV. Not just don't have one CV that you're going to apply for everything. It can't work because unlike Kenya where the ATS scanner is still being developed, in the United Kingdom the ATS scanner is
fully developed,
and you want to work with the ATS scanner. That's why I'm saying have a CV that for every space. If you are in IT, for example, you can do Java. Have a Java developer CV away from a software engineer CV. It's easy when you're looking for a specific role. It gives you more leeway than just looking for I can do software engineering. Recruiters in the UK are not looking for someone who's second guessing themselves. Like they're not looking for a jackpot of all trades. They want someone who's specific to a skill. So that's why you need to have 10 different templates of your CV. Have a template for this role, this role, this role. It will help you and it will make your application process easy. So for me, I applied a total of, when we're counting, it was a total of 534 around there.
Guys, did you hear?
534 jobs.
And that is within, so let's go back a little. You started your applications in
December
9th.
Yes.
December 9th. And you got your job offer in
February. But I got the job offer in February, but I got the call in December.
Oh, so you started in December,
yes,
and got the call in December. So which means literally 1 month you did 584 applications.
In 1 month I've done close to 330 something.
330 something in 1 month.
Yes, and in that 1 month is when I got the call from now my employer.
So you're literally talking about almost 10 jobs every day.
Yes, 10 jobs every day, but they say when you're starting, they say you start with 3 jobs in a day because you are learning the system. You're learning the system, so give yourself the leeway of doing at least 3 jobs in a day. When you continue doing, you can now go ahead to 4 to 5.
So are we saying there are days you did more than 10? Because for
there are days I did more than 10, to be honest. There are days I did more than 10. Again, I was acting from desperation. I was like, well, I'm not going
back
to
Kenya. But you see it worked in your favor.
Yeah, I was like, hey, I'm not going back to Kenya, and I'm not being illegal in this country, so this thing really has to just work. It has no, and I tell you, you have not known how you can handle rejection until you apply for jobs in the United Kingdom. Hey, job rejection is real. You can wake up and apply for 20 jobs. On those 20 jobs, the next day you will wake up with 20 rejections. And those rejections are very smooth. Unfortunately, you not even learned the rejection. Unfortunately, thank you for applying. There was even a recruiter who told me, thank you you are not fit for this position, but you might be knowing someone who's fit for the position. So if you know someone who's fit for the position,
there could be someone who's fit here.
Recommend me for that position. It was an HR administrator position. It was like, you are not fit. We've already seen your CV. You are not the one, but in your people, you might know someone. You know how that is such a pain. Like, okay, I'm not fit, but I know someone who is fit. Yeah. And you'll receive rejections a lot. You have to prepare your heart to know that rejections is part of the things. Write for yourself 5 affirmations that you'll affirm yourself every time when you're going.
Tell us the ones you are using.
And for me, the first one was, every rejection is moving me closer to my employer.
Wait, guys, if you have a notebook, every
rejection is moving me closer to my employer. Every single rejection. So I am filtering out the employers that don't need me and the ones that I don't need. So when you reject me, I'm like, okay, you are not the one. At least I'm 5 steps away from my employer. So I'm 5 rejections from my employer. The next time I'm like, oh, 10 have come. Okay, I'm now 3 steps away from my employer. It really makes you have the the urge to keep on applying, because you need to have a strong heart. Trust me, rejections are going to come, and there are going to come a lot of them. You're not a perfect fit for every employer. And that's true. So you have your 5, and then another one, I used to tell myself, I am enough. It doesn't matter. I am enough. I am qualified for this job. I am qualified for this job. I am enough, and I'm qualified for the job. And my job will surely come. It does not matter. My job will surely come. I always kept telling myself like that. My job will surely come. My job will eventually come. My job will come. And that's the assurance that you keep on telling yourself, because for real, your job is going to come. If you don't stop applying, if you've chosen your two websites, surely the universe is not unfair. God is not unfair to you to see your hard work and let it go in vain. It will come. Now, the thing people miss out with the UK is what is called the fast screening. So unlike Kenya, what happens, Kenya, they do, this happens. You've gotten the job, they say congratulations for getting the job, and then they say this is the interview dates and all of that. That's not the thing with the UK. UK, it goes with, they do a fast screening. A fast screening is normally with the call. So they tell you, we have seen you've applied for this role, we want to call you to talk further about the role. And that's the place where you find a lot of people will fail. On the place where an employer is calling you about, let's talk about this. So when the employer calls you, you freak out, and then you're like, now you're the one asking the employer questions, yet the employer is the one that is questioning you. Remember, that screening, as much as it looks an informal conversation, it's an actual interview. It's not an informal conversation, it's an actual interview. So they'll call you, they'll be very friendly, they'll be like, hi Eva, how are you? We've seen your application, we're impressed with your CV. So have you had time to go through our company? And for me, I'd applied for so many jobs, such that when my employer called me and was like, hello, I've seen your job application, we've liked it, and they're like, for this job, I was like, I can't even remember what job application that was. I can't remember. If you can keep track of your job applications I've seen people who have tracked the applications with an Excel sheet. I've done, honestly, I was too much anxious to track them on an Excel sheet, and then I was just like, writing rejected was just going to be a discouraging thing for me, but there are people who actually did that. So if you can track your applications, that's a good thing. If you cannot, like me, when the employer calls you, at least try to find out from them, and just try to be like, okay, I'm grateful I applied for the job application. I'm honored for this position. Just remind me, please, what's the position? I've seen a couple of positions from your company. What was the position? So he'll tell you, oh yeah, it was the HR administrator position, it was the payroll assistant position. He'll be able to tell you the position. So just don't look like, I've applied for 100 jobs, I can't even remember the job. I mean, the employer knows that you have applied for so many jobs, but you don't need to rub it on their face. Yeah, so you just find a way of communicating that, and then letting them, and then don't start talking about, I don't have the right to work in this country. And don't disqualify yourself in front of a recruiter. You are qualified enough. That's what I'm saying. Have affirmation that you're qualified enough. And people, from a HR perspective, I'm telling you that people can actually do anything to have the right candidate sitting in the desk. They can do anything to have the right candidate. Even getting you that sponsorship for the government. They can get you that sponsorship and bring you on board. So do not feel the pressure of disqualifying yourself. We have this thing where we disqualify ourselves. Do you have the right? I don't have the right to work. Will it be a problem? I'm in the UK. I'm not sure if by the time I'm traveling back to my country to apply for the visa, I'll be back. The job will still be there. Oh, you know what? No. You're qualified. The reason they've called you, they've seen your CV and they've seen you as a perfect fit. So see yourself as the perfect fit they've seen you for. Tell them, I'm here. Yes, they'll ask you which are the dates you're comfortable for an interview. Be ready for an interview. Say these are the dates that I'm ready for an interview. Have your dates. Don't just say Monday to Friday from 9 to 5. No. You need to look like someone, like a corporate person. Give a date. Say I'm available on 12th of April from this time to this time. I'm available on this date. Unfortunately, I want to be available on Saturday and Sunday, as it's my time to do a sport, so that you look like a person who has a work-life balance. You see, These are things they are looking forward to see from you. They're just not asking you these questions because they want to find out. So be careful with what you say, because after that, recruiters will always screen you. From what I got 10 calls, 10 first screening. From the first screening, I came out with 3. The 7 of them, there's one I disqualified myself. I was like, oh, I don't have UK experience and such stuff. I was the one saying. The recruiter never
chief.
posted, went. The second one, my English disappeared. The moment I received the call, the English went in Kenya and left me back in the United Kingdom. So I thought, it's me, it's me, it's Kenyan. So I was like, I can't understand your English. I'm like, but I have an IELTS score of, doesn't make sense. Whatever you score in IELTS does not make sense. You need to learn how to communicate with people. So breathe in when the call comes. And if you are going to apply for the job in Kenya, now what has happened with the UK, when someone calls you with a UK line, it is going to come in with an extension from a Kenyan number. So when you see that Kenyan number coming in, and someone calls and says, hi, my name is this, and I'm from the United Kingdom, don't start saying, you're fraud, you're fraud, you're scam, you're whatever. No, it's going to come in with an extension of a Kenyan line. Even if I call you with my UK line, it's going to come in with a Kenyan extension. And I've seen it even with the people that we've applied for jobs, that it is coming in. Someone called me and they're freaking out. They're like, oh, I've been called by a Kenyan number. They're saying they're from the UK, because, from him, he doesn't know the phone is coming in with a Kenyan number. He's like, no, this is a UK number. So they spent time arguing with the recruiter that he's in the UK and he's calling with a UK line, and this person is like, it has come in with a Kenyan number. Be aware that it is going to come in the Kenyan number because it's using an extension.
Yeah, or whatever country you're in.
Or whatever country, it will come with your country code because they're using an extension. The phone number that you're going to use, it's fine. Use the phone number that you have and a phone number that is reachable.
Yeah, put the code.
A phone number that is reachable, because I'm not going to be an employer that's looking for you 3 days, 10 days later. A phone number that is reachable, you can be reached by that phone number, because the first screening is going to be a call. It doesn't matter whether you're coming from where. That's the UK process. It's going to be a normal call. It's not going to be a Zoom call. It's not going to be a Google Meet. It's going to be a call. So ensure that you have your phone can actually receive international calls. Don't apply and you don't have credit to receive international calls. Why are you then applying? Why are you then applying? Have credit to receive an international call, because it's going to deduct you money. Have credit to receive an international call. If you have debt with people and your microfinance people keep calling you and you're not receiving, clear your debt so that you can receive new numbers. These are small things that you think don't affect you, but ideally they affect your work process. And you might think they're a small thing, and then apply consistently. Now, days like Monday and Friday, there are days that jobs are listed a lot. Do not apply to any job that is 3 days older. If you see a job on Indeed or Total Jobs or wherever they say 3 days ago, you have no business applying for that job. You have zero business applying for that job, because it has already reached the number. So you are supposed to be quick. Those ones that have been written recently. If you see a job has been written 5 hours ago, apply for that one. Now that one is your job. Don't apply for things that were written 30 days ago. Some recruiters don't close their applications, but they've already gotten someone. So 3 days, maximum of 3 days. A job application that's posted past 3 days, you have no business applying for that. You are looking for your highest chance, 3 days. Right now is what we call the peak season of job applications in the United Kingdom. This is the time where people actually get their sponsorship jobs. This is the time. So because of that, apply right now. Between April and mid of June is your time to apply for those
jobs. And why
jobs.
is that? So why is this
because
the peak?
This is the peak because summer is coming. When summer is coming in, also the financial year for the United Kingdom is in May. So summer is coming and the financial year is starting. People are retiring. People will go to their countries and never come back. People are changing employers. You came with a skilled worker visa. Your skilled worker visa, the first skilled worker visa, trust me, they'll always pay you lower than the second person who will give you a visa, because you can change the visa there. So people have gone there, they've learned new ways, they've upskilled for a year, they've gotten a better job, a better offer, experience, and then what? And then now The country has settled, people have known now how Q1 worked for them, they're now ready to work, to open up new positions for people. So this is the perfect time to start your job application in the United Kingdom. Open up and start applying for those jobs. Apply for those jobs. I've said, know the UK CV standard. The UK CV standard is a plain CV. No borders, no what?
No
what?
pictures.
No pictures. Don't put your pictures. You're not an air hostess. You're not. Don't put a picture. They're not looking for your face.
No
Don't put a
age.
picture. Don't put your age. Don't put your referee's contact. UK is very sensitive on GDPR. So you want to look like a person who has private information. Say my referees will be given upon request. Yes.
And how many pages maximum?
If you are 2 pages maximum. For real, 2 pages maximum. Anything below 5 years experience, please don't go above 2 pages. There's nothing you're writing about 2 pages. Now, there's another thing. You want to tailor your African experience to look like the UK experience. So what you are going to do, I know they say don't use ChatGPT, don't use what me. I'm telling you from a recruiter side, you're going to use that ChatGPT. But you're going to use that ChatGPT correctly. Don't be lazy.
Intelligently.
Don't be lazy with ChatGPT. You are going to take that job description. You are going to take your experience. You're going to put them together in ChatGPT. You're going to tell ChatGPT, pick for me. The first step you write on an ATS scanner is on a AI is pick for me the keywords from this job description. So it will give you all the keywords. It will give you, if it is data analysis, it will give you Power BI, whatever. If it is HR, it will give you different. On the skill section, we should not go past 9 skills. Don't put past 9 skills. On the skill section where you're only putting 9 skills, pick the 9 skills that it has been written. If it has been written the stakeholder management, carry that stakeholder management the way it is and put it. If it has written a report analysis, carry that report analysis and put it. Those are the skills you have. Stop trying and outsmarting the ATS scanner, because I normally say, let your CV fail in the hands of a recruiter, not in the hands of an ATS scanner.
Of a machine.
A machine cannot fail you. You are too smart for a machine to fail you. Then come to the experience part. Your experience part should always be on the STAR method. Situation, task, active, the action, and the result. It should always be like that. So words that you're supposed to use, develop. Why are you using develop? To show you are a person about, if you want to show team leadership, you start with develop. If you want to show, as you say, prepared, those are the words you're using, successfully achieved, and then ensure you quantify your results. Use your Kenyan company. I worked for this company, I did this. If your company has a company URL, put the company URL there, so that they're able to click in the company and see this company is actually real. Because Africans, we have already shown ourselves that we are fraudsters. We can form our own company. So if your company has an URL, put it there.
URL is website.
Yeah, if it has a website, put the websites there. Use those words to show that you're now things not to include on your CV. Time management. You can write it there. Prepared a report, timely prepared a report, yes. But don't write for people time management or a team builder. Those are not things to include as skills.
Those are expected.
They are expected of you. They are a bare minimum for you. So don't write that. Now, currently the salary, when you are applying for jobs, apply for jobs that are above, unless you are on the health and care visa, apply for jobs that are above £38,000
Per year.
£38,000 per year. That, to be honest, is a management role in the UK. It's a middle level management. If you are below 26 years, they've introduced a new visa. It's called the new entrant visa. The new entrant visa allows people that are below 26 years, please, it is below 26 years, to apply for jobs that can pay them more than £30,000.
More or less.
£30,000
To
and above.
okay.
Yes, £30,000 and above. So you can be paid £30,000 and above, which you can honestly get that job. 30,000 if you tailor your CV well, and it's a new visa, so it's starting. Haijashika. You can. This is literally your time. It started on 4th of April. So if you're below 26 years, you are starting. Most of the people who are below 26 years, you don't have a child. You are literally
no obligations.
You have no obligations. You can just wake up and leave. You can actually just wake up and leave. I think those are the tips that you need to carry out when you're applying for that CV. And then there are people who your LinkedIn profile, if you're applying it, by the way, there are two things. If your LinkedIn profile is shoddy, you better delete it and not have it.
Because
you better not have a LinkedIn profile that have a shoddy one. You better not have it that have a shoddy one. So if you feel like you need your LinkedIn to be revamped, there are people who do LinkedIn revamping. You can get someone to do it for you, or you can learn. YouTube has free information a lot with the LinkedIn providing. Get to do it. There's a site that's called Job Hunters. Job Hunters is a site that does with job hunting, where they hunt you for an application. But a job hunting position, you need to have a good LinkedIn page, because they'll definitely go through your page before they tell you reach out and apply for a job here. So actually it's called Job Leads. Job Leads, yeah, it's called Job Leads. So you can, yes, Job Leads actually, yeah. It's that one, Job Leads, yeah, that one. And it even has courses on how to write your CV. It gives free courses on how to write your CV and something like that. It has given 3 different templates of the UK CV standard. It has shown you how to perfectly fit in each word, so you can actually use it to write your CV if you're struggling with writing your CV and you can't get someone to write the CV with you. And know that you're applying directly to companies, and when you apply for yourself, you will get the job. The COS is free. They'll give you the COS for free.
COS is certificate of sponsorship.
It's actually a code. It's just a code. It's not a letter or something. It's a code. They'll give you the certificate of sponsorship for free. They will provide for your accommodation for the first month if you're applying for it outside of the UK and you've stated you don't have a place to give you accommodation. They're mandated to give you accommodation for 1 month, so they'll give you that accommodation. They will also pay you the salary threshold that is supposed to be paid, because that's a requirement. Yes, that's a requirement when you're applying for a visa. They have a point-based system where they're going to check your certificates, if your certificates qualify for the job that you're given. So have your certificates ready. If you are in another country and you're not in an English-speaking country, have your certificates transcribed into English to make your process easy. There are things like the COVID test that you're supposed to do. Yes, people who are looking.
People still mainly COVID.
Not COVID, the TB test.
Oh, okay.
The TB test from IMO. That one as
That's
well.
UN.
Yes.
If you're in Kenya, you go to Gigiri.
Yes, if you're in Kenya, you go to Gigiri. Different countries have different places you can check. The last time I checked was going for 16,000. 16,000 Kenya shillings is around 190 pounds, 190 or 162 or 150 pounds.
Depending on the
regarding on the price, you can check on the IMO website itself. You'll be able to see how much it cost. Yeah, so you can apply.
So it's around. It's actually less than 100 pounds.
Less than 100 pounds. Less than 100 pounds. You can apply for it and have it done and dusted. So those are the things that will qualify to your skilled worker visa. The point-based system. They'll check on your academic qualifications. If you said you studied in Kabianga, please
have a paper
that's coming from Kabianga. If you said you studied, the school really doesn't matter. It's just that you have to have that paper that says you studied in that school.
I keep telling people on the channel, if it's not on paper, it didn't happen.
Yeah, if it's not on paper, actually, it didn't happen. And that way, you'll actually get the job.
So Nat, I have 2 questions. First one, you had talked about the first step for the UK jobs, especially if you're applying from outside the UK, is that phone initial interview, which looks really informal, but it's still an interview. Yes. So maybe you can tell us, since you got through 10 of them, so what are some of the basic questions that they ask, like the obvious questions, the most frequently asked questions in that initial phone interview?
Do you know the job that you're applying for? Have you gone through our company website to know what we do?
So you have to really know who you are applying to.
Have you gone through our company website to know what we do? And then what dates are you available for the job application?
Oh, so those are the main ones they ask.
Those are the main questions that they ask.
Okay, so what's the next process? So once you do the phone interview, and then what's the next thing?
You do the phone interview, and then most of them have three job interviews, depending on the position again. Because human resources is a management position, so it might have like it used 5 or 6. But if it is just you are what we call what is his name going away?
Mid-level.
Not mid-level. People on ground. It's not you can be a manager, but a manager on ground. You're like the face of the company.
Front office.
Yeah, like you're the face. You're the ones that are running the company. So if the company is an audit company, you are the auditors. If the company is you see, those ones are the ones that
customer facing.
Yes, client facing actually, the client facing people. Those ones, the interviews are not allowed because you do an interview with your manager, and if your manager picks you, it's perfectly fine. Yeah, it's completely fine. Another way to get the skilled worker visa, you can use the site. It's called OTA.
How do you write it?
OTA, OTA.
OTA jobs.
Yes, OTA. Yeah, that one. OTA jobs hires tech. It has actually close to all job, yeah. But it hires remote jobs for small sized companies. Remote jobs for small sized companies. Now, the catch with the UK. UK is not a country where you can work from Kenya, you can be employed from Kenya and work for the United Kingdom. You have to be remitting your tax in the United Kingdom. And you cannot work more than 3 weeks away from your country because of the tax penalties that the company will have. So all those companies listed there, even if you check with the companies there, they're small-sized companies, and all of them have the right to sponsor you for work. So as much as they're remote companies and they don't have offices, they're fully remote and they don't have offices, they will still give you the sponsorship. The only disadvantage is that you will come to the UK, but you will not have an office to go to.
So you will work from your home.
You will be working from your home because it's a remote country. It's a remote job. You will be working from your home in the UK. Yes. Ideally, most companies, even my own, is 3 days at home, 2 days at home. It's doing hybrid. But there are companies which are fully remote, and they're there at OTA, and they will still give you the license. So if you feel like going through these big companies where it's big applications and stuff, you can go through that one. But honestly, to tell you, applying for a remote work is more task than applying for a skilled work job. You need to see the interview steps are like 10.
For the remote? For
the remote ones. Open one and see. Just open one at OTA and see. They're like 10. 10 of them. They have the first screening. It's like you're trying to convince this person
that I can work
without supervision, without you seeing me. I'll not run away with your company laptop, because these people are going to give you money to set up your home office. They're going to send you money for your laptop. They're going to provide without seeing you. These are companies that if you see, they'll tell you we only meet twice in a year.
In Lisbon.
Yeah, we meet twice in a year. We take our people like for holiday twice in a year. So they need to know you have the dedication enough. And then remember, these are small sized businesses. They're probably with angel investors or things like that, or it's someone who started their company and is so passionate. They don't want a big company where if one person is not doing the job correctly, it doesn't affect everyone else. This is a company where if you're the person in finance, it's you and you alone. So we need you to actually work on this place. So you can also look out to that and just apply for the job applications in that place as well.
Okay. So another question that I keep getting, a lot of people come to me, if I didn't go beyond Form 4, I only have a diploma, nobody's going to hire me, can I get a job outside my home country? What can you say about that? Like, is it possible for me to get a job in the UK without a degree?
Getting a job in the UK without a degree before was easy. Right now, honestly, your academics does not matter to an employer. It does not matter. The employer is not concerned with your academics. But your skill. You need to have that skill. First, these jobs, people say, I've seen some advertising. I'm taking people for reception jobs in the UK. how much is the salary threshold for a receptionist in the UK right now? £23,000.
So you don't
Does
need.
£23,000 qualify for the skilled worker visa? It does not qualify for the skilled worker visa. Let no one lie to you. It is 38,000, and like I said, 38,000 is a middle class position. Yeah, what you do? Go to the health and care sector. Go to the track job. If you are desperate, you want to come in, the only thing you have is a diploma in what? Go to track job. There at track job, apply for their supportive worker visas. Hospitals are the only one mandated to give you assistant supportive roles of any pay without meeting the 38,000 threshold. Have they had to work in a hospital? Because cleaning a hospital is different
No, just any other office.
from cleaning an office. It is completely different from cleaning an office. So have they had for that work completely? This maybe in other EU countries, honestly, you can get the jobs, but UK by itself, how the skilled worker visa now has changed from 4th April. They're looking, even if you hear the way the Prime Minister is announcing, they're looking for high skilled people to come. Why? The visa was being abused. When it was at 26,000, it was being abused. People are just coming. Like you wake up, you bring people, they come.
You don't care about them.
They get mistreated in the job. And you know, this thing comes from people, Asian people or people from West Africa. Things came like that. By the time as we were reaching there and trying to get our people, the government had already seen, these things are worse. If shop comes to shop, you can sit down, go to Florence Academy, do your free courses for the health and care, the care work visa, apply for yourself. Let no one lie to you. Apply for yourself.
Eat your money.
Apply for yourself. The best way to apply for a care job is to go through the skilled worker visa. Go through the skilled worker visa, Google your friend to train you how to filter. You get care works. They are close to 5,000, close to 8, almost actually 23,000. 23,000 licensed sponsors are care homes. Honestly, if you apply to 23,000 companies, will you lack a job?
At least
Is the world unfair to you like that? If you send your CV to 23,000 companies, you cannot say, surely even if your CV is the worst of them all, there is someone that will be interested in
you.
you.
Look at you said 500. No.
Yes, literally it's just 500 and something.
At one.
And the job offer is there, surely. And you know, Florence Academy is a UK-based company. And the courses don't take long, like 15 minutes, you're done. 15 minutes, 30, you're done. Do it. Tailor make your CV. By the way, one of the things people don't know about care, you have an old grandmother at home. You can put that as your experience.
Oh.
Yes. You know what a recruiter is looking for from a care worker? Is looking for a person moved by compassion. He's looking for that empathy. I took care of my mom at her end of life care. I was the one that bathed the house. That empathy.
And then shed a tear or two.
You know, like,
are you allowed to shed a tear or two when you're having that phone call?
You know, like when it comes to the call, remember, say, I'm doing this for my mom. It's an honor. I'm honoring her spirit, by doing this. I've looked forward to, in Kenya, people just take care of their people. So it's not that diverse, but I've learned it. Well, after my parent died, after my grandfather died, after who died, I even started doing it for different people, others here and there. I provided the care like that, and then get your auntie to recommend you. It's not an issue. Get your auntie to recommend you. She just needs to say you did the job and you did it well. And you've gotten the job. It's as easy as that. You've gotten the job, you've come. But now the catch is the care visa right now, you can't come with your dependent. So if you're willing to leave your family,
or if you're single,
and you're standing for yourself, you can come again and do the job. You can come and get the job done. It's easy. Get the job done. Again, care work in the UK is completely easy than taking care of your grandmother at home. It's not a hard task. These people
they have machines also.
And they have machines everywhere. People have
lifts.
Yeah, so it will honestly be something that will actually help you. So if you can use that, that's one of the routes that people can come in. But people, let no one lie to you that, so we come as drivers, I'm connecting you as a driver. You cannot drive without their license. You cannot, because the Kenyan license, you can only drive with it for 1 year if you have the skilled worker visa. So it's not if you don't have the skilled worker visa, you need to have it. And no one is going to give you a skilled worker visa without the driving of UK. You see, so let me not tell you driving, I don't know, receptionist, I don't know. No. Another thing you can come with waiters, chefs, and what? Mainland. I'm not talking of Jersey.
Hotel.
Yes, mainland. I'm not talking about Jersey. I'm talking about mainland. But there, my friend, your skill will save you. You cannot say you are a chef de partie and you don't have photos of your meal.
So you need to have like a portfolio.
Please, have a portfolio. Hata hii babasi. Have a portfolio.
Also, as you prepare your meals, when you're Kempinski, when you're doing all those
even in your house,
take pictures, get an Instagram account.
Have an Instagram account. You don't know how. You know when you're putting your name, your email, your phone number, and then you're putting your TikTok account.
Yes.
You think that your TikTok account will not help you? Wait until you see a TikToker has been hired and you've been left behind. Then you will know it will help you. Put your Instagram account there with your foods. Because again, food is selling. So you can't say I'm a chef de partie, I cook. Then when they ask you a meal that you cook, and you can't even pronounce the things that you're cooking. Like put even a GitHub page or something. If you're in IT, you cannot be doing IT, you don't have a GitHub page. A person of IT, you have no business putting LinkedIn there. You're putting your GitHub site, your portfolio there of the things, because if a recruiter is asking you about the projects you've done, you'll be able to say, this one. If you see this second project on my GitHub, this is the thing I've done, this is how I used Azure here, this is how I used this and this, because UK is practical experience. Hakuna mdomo mingi, it's practical experience. So you have to have that practical experience thing on
and
mind.
Evidence
that you've actually done it. If you're not skilled, you can. If you know you can serve food, you've served in a waiting restaurant in town. Trust me, you can convert that your town restaurant to look like a 5-star hotel. Because the job you're doing there, trust me, is not so much job as people who are doing the job in a 5-star hotel. I've worked in a 5-star hotel and I've gone to this kibandas, so I know the difference of the work. In your kibanda, in your Sanford, you are doing so much work than someone who's at JW. You're really doing a lot of work. So you go there, tailor your CV to look like, I was serving 500 guests
every day,
every hour, collecting guest feedback and guest satisfaction survey on the feedback.
Hapo tu kwa kibanda yako.
Like make that experience resonate with
Radisson Blue,
resonate with
Kempinski.
Something Kempinski, resonate with the lifestyle brand. You see, I was collecting the feedback. In the morning I came in, I arranged the cutlery, did mise en place. Because you do mise en place, don't you, sir? On the table, don't you do that?
Setting up fires. Setting
up fire. Another thing, people who are, I'll say this, and me, I'm not a big recommender for Big Four. I have my own submissions where I don't recommend Big Four. For me, I find Big Four as modern slavery, but it's fine. It's fine if you like working there.
For someone who doesn't know what the Big Four,
the Big Four audit companies, yeah,
EY,
you know them. Therefore, EY, Deloitte, KPMG, and PwC. Yes, if you like working there, good. It's perfectly fine. We love you. Now, those companies, they only pick people who are from working for here. Hi, let's give an example. Associate in Kenya and an associate in the United Kingdom. Yeah, associate in Kenya is earning maybe 85,000 gross or 90, around that, 9,000 gross. 9,000 gross. Mtoto akikufanya ile kitu utatoka na 60 probably na hapo, si ndio? Associate in the UK probably, let's use 19 pounds per hour. 19 pounds per hour to
times 160 per hour.
Yeah, 19 pounds per hour bila overtime. Tukimpatia labda aende na net ya 25. Yeah, na net ya 2,500. Hata hiyo ni kidogo sana, hizi anaenda na net ya 2,500. Actually 3. Aende na net ya 3,000. Yeah. Aende na net ya 3,000, si ndio? Kwa hiyo net yake ya 3,000 aishi kwa share ya 800. Si yako peke yake. Aishi kwa share ya 800. Ako kazi mingi hata anataka kukula. Yeah. Anyway, akikuwa kazi sana watampea chakula. So atakula kwa kampuni. So tumpatie another 1,000. How much money? Let's just say he saves 1,000
per month.
Whatever he leaves with the other expenses, he saves 1,000 a month. Remember, those big four companies, both in Kenya and
you're doing the same work.
And you're doing the same work. And the thing is that both of these ones can pay for you your masters. So one of them is paying for your masters in UN, another one is paying for your masters in Oxford. We are putting things like plainly on the table, yeah. Another one is you're meeting clients. Your client is Amazon. Your client is what? Here, your client is NHF. You're even sleeping, fighting for your life as you audit NHIF, because you're also fighting for your life, yeah. Apart from not having a social life, you're fighting for your life, yeah. You're in those spaces. Here, politics is politics. There, your work is selling you. So you have two ways. If you're starting here, men don't understand why you're not going there.
Yeah, they can literally, you can just cross over.
You can just cross over.
Same in Canada, US, UK, Australia.
There is always someone in a big four that knows another person who is in a big four in the outside country. And the thing is, they recommend you.
Each other.
It uses recommendation. It's not an application from outside. It's a recommendation. Why would you know someone who is in the United Kingdom and not have them recommend you? Like literally when you come there, you just need to work there for an year. You just need to work there for an year. And then you apply to Barclays. Unajua unakuja ulali kazi. And then una apply Barclays, sasa unapata work life balance. Ama una apply bank ingine unapata work life balance na pesa unapata mingi. Like literally you are a gold, you're going there. But you want to just stick yourself, like bury yourself in excessive work in Kenya. If you've chosen excessive work, then at least choose excessive pay. Have something you are choosing for. And that's the same thing I'm saying about in the medical field. If you are here, you can do HCPC. HCPC because it doesn't even have an exam. Laboratory technicians, what you can do HCPC.
And it's so cheap.
It is so cheap, the registration. Maybe something like 75,000. The registration, you get the moment you have HCPC,
you get one.
Whether at utafika applications zangu 500.
In fact, even 20.
Hata utafika 20. Watakuomba wakutoe hapa. If you're working hard here, on kila siku you're striking, you're doing what? Go work hard. Then, carry your beautiful skill. You like nursing, you're passionate about it.
Go and get paid well.
Go and get paid well. At the end of the day,
what you put in care of a human.
Yes, you're still taking care of, you're still fulfilling your dream, and you're still getting the work that you are actually looking forward to. So the place where you are here in Kenya is a training ground for you. And I know people would say you're stealing talent from Kenya, you're taking them abroad. Yes, I'm stealing talent from Kenya.
Patriotism doesn't pay bills. I keep telling you all the time. It will not pay bills,
it will not take care of your children.
Yes.
To be honest. So, I'll just tell you and tell you, if you have the opportunity, stop being worried about small things. Will my children survive? Will what? There are children in the United Kingdom from every country. But if you
my husband,
my husband will live for who? Utamwacha peke yake na imagine the thing that he was supposed to do when you are here. He will still do it when you're gone. So, whatever the circumstance, don't be afraid to move into a country. Don't be afraid to move in. Oh, I'm afraid winter will kill me. By the way, the cold weather in Kenya is heavier than winter. Because winter, once you've dressed up nicely, it's fine. Kenya, our houses don't have heating.
They're not even designed.
They're not even designed for that. Baridi ya July. Have you lived in Kabete, you people? Hey, have you lived in Limuru? It slaps you, you forget your name. UK, you can even walk outside in the rain.
Yeah.
Here, the rain will beat your head, you'll get a headache. So if you have
malaria.
Yes, and you are not countryless. You are not a refugee who's moved from one country to another. Try out. Kukishindikana what once can happen, you'll come back to your country.
You're still a citizen.
Yes, you're still a literally a bona fide citizen of Kenya. Your passport is saying, should anything happen, contact us. The UK embassy, you know, people. And now another thing with the spousal visa, your spouse is telling you to come. You are refusing to come and saying, oh, my spouse is. Do you know the UK is a country that is so family oriented to a point that if your spouse provides emotional damage, domestic damage, and what? Now you tell them tumewachana na huyu mtu. They can give you the citizenship because of that. And you want to stay with your homeworker's husband here. Si mwende mpiganie huko toke na citizenship. As in, Toka na kitu moja yenye iko na maana, like toka na one thing yenye iko na maana, toka na citizenship. Utakuwa umepewa watoto wako citizenship, wakimpandisha BA British Airways wanamrudisha back, nyinyi mmebaki na citizenship, mmebaki na passport. You've given your children free education, you've given them the right to work, you've given them crossing 134 countries, you've given them literally the best. And you want to stay, like, don't be afraid to spread your wings far and wide. Try it out, let it say it failed.
Yes, I tried.
I tried and it failed. But if it didn't fail, you try it out. Yeah.
Okay, so now to the other question I had. I know you were doing all your job applications while in the UK. So 2 questions about that. What gave you the motivation to keep applying? I mean, 500 jobs is a lot, 500 plus actually. A lot of people usually come in the comments and they're like, Eva, we've been applying for jobs all this time, we are getting nothing. So what gave you the motivation to just keep going? And then the other question is, do you think if you are in Kenya at the time you are doing your application, would you still have gotten the job offer?
Honestly, if I started applying for the jobs in April, I would have probably gotten the job offer earlier. Yeah.
So it was not about location, because
no,
it's not about
but what the location did, it just made me see I don't want to come back. Like the location shifted my mindset. I was like, I'm not going back to Kenya. If I'm going back to Kenya, I'm going to change my visa. But living in Kenya, me, I'm definitely yeah.
So that's what the location did for you. Like it gave you a totally new viewpoint.
Transformed my mind completely.
So what would you tell that somebody who is, okay, maybe let me rephrase it. So can we say then that as much as you went there on a visit visa, sometimes we are not getting these jobs because of behaving like trees. We are not moving.
Yeah.
Because like in your case, had you not moved, you wouldn't have seen the sense of urgency of actually wanting these jobs, because now you had a choice. Okay, if I don't get this job, then I have to come back. So like that being in the UK gave you that sense of urgency of like, I really have to make this work. So what message do you have for that other person who's probably still like, me, do I really, I don't know, I don't know, what lesson did you get from?
Now, one thing, let me tell you from a HR perspective. If you have been in a company for more than 3 years, anything between 3 years going forward, I want to tell you something, and I'm saying it with all politeness. It is not your mother's company, you're not going to inherit it. For people who are good readers of the Bible, you are not a bond servant. The Bible calls them a bond servant. People who have worked with you for a long period of time, that when it reaches a certain age, you give them a piece of your land because you've lived with them alone. They're called bond servant. You are not in this world. We don't have bond servants.
In the workplace.
In the workplace, we don't have bond servants. You are not a bond servant to that company. So right now is your time to move. You are in an urgent need to move. It is an urgent need for you to move. If you've been in that company for more than 3 years, you need to move. Like, take it as you are in ICU level in your career life. Take it as a point of you are either dying. Let me tell you, you people don't know what happens behind the curtains of an HR office. When redundancy comes, my friend, you are dead weight. We will start with you. You are dead weight. You are not growing. You know, promotion at the bottom is easy. It's easy. You are like what? You came in as a waiter. You went in as a whatever. You became now a supervisor. Now umekwama hapo, si ndio? Because when we are going to management, we're not looking at your work. Company politics begin playing at management. And if you don't know how to handle company politics, you can't stay. Now, job openings open. We've advertised internal. We have advertised internal because we want to manage company politics. We are already aware we're not picking you, anyone from here. What do you think we don't know we're not picking you, people? We know we're not picking you. From a HR perspective, we always know we're not picking you.
But we
because
have
why will we advertise for a management position, and if you've been there, you've been showing potential for management, so why are we advertising it internally?
acting.
Why are we and you've been acting. You've actually been acting from the time the manager left. You've been acting with your salary. And the only thing you'll come out with is a sentence in your certificate of service, acted as. So you've been acting, and still we are still opening that position. Like, be selfish with your skill even in the company that you are working for. Be someone who's selfish with your skill. Mtu asikupatie kazi in the name of, we are training you. Because when we are training you, we already know we are paying you 30,000. How much more can we pay you if we upgrade you? Tutakulipa 45 na job market ni 80. Because at the end of the day, me as a HR, my KPI is to ensure the HR budget remains below 30% of the revenue. And I can tell you for a fact, companies in Kenya, most of them are below 23% of the total revenue of a company. You see those companies you say, Kina, Safaricom, those ones like big companies where you say their benefits are stellar, they're what, they have the best medical cover, they have what. Those big companies you look at and say, in your career, you say if you're in law, you're saying, if me I work for LSK, or if me I work for this, whatever advocacy and something. If you are in audit, you say me if I work for this before. If you are in hospitality, you say if me I work for this big top 5 or whatever. You see that company you always eye. If you are in NGO, that NGO you normally eye. Imagine the HR budget is still at 23% with all the benefits they are giving, and they can go up to 30. So you are staying in that company. When it comes to time of removing people, we start with you, the dead weight. Because we want fresh people. Watu wamekuja na na wewe umekalia hapo kiti mnatuzeeshea. Tutaanza na wewe na wewe tutachuja. So if you've stayed there for long, you imagine it's your time to leave. And what is the best thing for you? Leave to another country. You're literally doubling your salary and doing what? Have something that is motivating you to leave. If you are looking for salary increment, I'm asking everyone that is watching here, how much have you been increased for this year? A good employer can only give you 10%. Yani, perfect. Best employer will give you 10% of your salary increment every year. So if you're earning 30,000, they'll give you that another 3,000 on top of tithe. Yani wewe unaongezewa tithe. And you are comfortable with being added for tithe. 10%, and you go to church and the pastor would say you can give God more than even 10%, but you're comfortable with being added for 10%. Like, let's not be comfortable with the places that I feel like comfort in our workplace is the things that drain people. So don't be comfortable, wake up and leave. It's not again who? Always remind yourself in the morning, it's not my mother's company. I'm not saying don't be diligent at work. Be diligent, be excellent at work. Network with people nicely, because that person can be the person that will open a door for you. But don't
you're going to need references anyway.
Yes, and you're going to need references. So work well. But remember, it's not your mother's company. You're not going to inherit it. And if they have to remove someone first, we will remove you, elderlies. You are an elderly. You are an elderly in the company, and Mr. Elderly will give you a jacket and a nice package with a water bottle written your name as we exit you. So it's time for you to leave. Let living be a motivation for you. For your career to grow, you have to leave.
Great. Now, so another thing, you kind of touched on it a little bit, especially when it comes to getting the jobs abroad, yeah? How does somebody tell, like you had sent all these applications, so I know you've talked about this one you didn't mention, but I think it's important, especially when you're doing those applications, to have like a tracker, something like on Excel, just to track which companies you've applied for and which job, and also just put a note about something memorable about that company, especially for when they call you for that initial phone conversation. But also, I was thinking in terms of scammers, yeah? So it's good to also have that database so that if somebody calls you and say, hey, I am calling you from Price Waterhouse, you can just say something like, okay, hang on, give me 2 seconds, I move to a quiet place, and go and pull out your list and just do a control find and check if this person who's claiming that they are calling you from this company is actually in your list of companies that you had applied for, so that it also gives you that sense of comfort even as you respond. But also, what other methodologies can we put in place just to make sure that we don't get scammed and know that Like, what's the easiest way of telling that this company is legit?
First, I said download the skill, the license list of sponsors. I said download that list.
Yes, and I've put it here in the
Yes.
in the comment section. You guys can check it out. Yeah.
Before you apply for that job, there's always something that is called there's a license list checker, a skilled worker visa checker.
I've pinned it there.
Yeah. There's now the checker itself. If I put in the name of the company, it will tell you if the companies they still have their licenses active or not active. They'll tell you if the company is still present, and even if it has submitted its tax for that month. You don't want to get yourself into a company that has not submitted tax, because your tax is what will make you. If they don't submit your tax, you'll not be able to renew your visa. That's a thing. If you don't renew the visa, they're not be able to renew your visa. So you need to have a company that's remitting tax. Yeah.
So you can check that.
Yes.
Checker will give you the update.
Yes, it will give you the update if it's a company that's remitting tax. And then another thing, an employer will always first send you an email. Please, you're the only one who's using a Gmail. Let an employer an employer is not going to use a Gmail account. They're going to use their company's domain. They're going to use for example, they use whatever at whatever.uk at whatever.uk. That person is not a scam. Another thing, people who ask you for money. Why are you asking for money for me to do an interview? Why are you asking me for money to pay for my certificate of sponsorship? Why are people asking you for money and it's very telling you, pay this money, your certificate of sponsorship will come out at $7. By the way, do you know, people charge close to, others charge, the lowest right now of people who are charging the COS are charging £5,000 to give you the COS.
Guys, you know how much that is? Almost 800,000.
Yeah, almost 800,000 right now, but in December it was 1 million when it was at 200, charging that. Now let me show you how much the COS is. The COS is £300.
That's what the company pays.
That is what the company pays to the government to get your COS. It's £300. If you use 200, it's 60k. It is 60,000. So you have paid someone £5,000. They don't even have the job. They're just giving you the COS. Then you're going to come. When you're going to come, the government is expecting you to submit tax for working 35 hours. They're expecting you to submit tax for 38,000. For a salary of 38,000. You're going to come and start working for an employer for another extra 20 hours. Yeah, you're going to find yourself, because you can work part-time for 20 hours, yeah? So you're going to work for an employer for 20 hours. Do you think 20 hours will pay you 38,000? 20 hours isn't going to pay you 38,000, to be honest. So someone who's telling you, pay this money, I give you a skilled worker's COS, hey,
they're lying to you.
So
guys, always make sure you check. I've pinned that link, and if you'll be watching this video after the live, you can always just scroll, go to the comment section, swipe, and check comments. You will find the link to the public government publication. It is a public page. You can always go check in. So if somebody calls you, or if you're doing a job application, just make sure the company is listed there, because you don't want to waste your time. You don't want to waste the employer's time as well. Okay, so now we are almost wrapping up, guys. So that's basically how Nante got her job in the UK. She is Kenyan, but basically the message I get from here is patience and putting in the work. Like, she literally did 500 plus applications in a span of about a month, and it bore fruit, guys. Even like for those who believe, the Bible says, I will bless the work of your hands. It's not just a matter of blessing you, it's blessing the work of your hands. So you must be doing something. And the universe will respond in equal measure, depending on the amount of work that you're putting. So you cannot just be putting in one application in a month and then you expect, because remember, everybody else is scouting for that same job you are applying for. So make sure that you put in the work, identify one or two of the websites. I have put the links on here as well, that you can you want to focus on, so that the algorithms will work in your favor. Your CV, there's nothing you're doing for more than 2 pages. Make sure it's tailored. If you have accounting experience, chef experience, driver experience, and accounting experience, but the job you are applying for is for an accountant, throw away all the other experiences, focus on your accounting only. So Nate, in closing, I know from your recent trip in the UK, you came back with a job and a fiance. Tell us about it. Tell us briefly about that.
Yes, so when I traveled in the UK, things I don't say. When I went to the UK, I went when I was in a car relationship. It was a car relationship. Bougie relationship for real. Hey, but let me tell you, long distance. If you want to know how stable your relationship is, go try long distance. It will show you. It will bring you the bare truth of things. So clearly, so we are not working out. And the way water fades people away, it did fade us away. Distance did that thing. So we faded away. Kila mtu akaenda zake. Tukasawiana. Kila mtu akaenda zake. Actually, the relationship had ended way before, but ni ile tu ujinga yani.
You keep dragging.
You are familiar to me, I'm familiar to you, you know. So the relationship ended. Now, this time I'm just like, okay, minding my own business, doing my own stuff, my life continuing, I'm applying for my jobs. I'm like, you know, you entered that, you know, post-relation clarity. Hit gym, umefanya like now. Yani you're like, me I'm gone.
Unaingia soko, umeoga, ukarudi soko.
Unakaukia hapo kwa soko kwanza. So, literally in there. My friend posted a photo of me. I was coming from the shop and you know it was during winter. Winter you just wear what you want to wear. So actually I was in a dera and a trench coat. And she posted a photo of me and someone in the UK, a guy in the UK, saw it from her page and was like, oh, okay. She was like, oh, actually she had posted and said my friend is in the UK and the red bus was behind it, so clearly I was there.
In the UK.
Yeah. And then I was like, oh, can I have your friend's number? And then my friend was like, let me ask her. So she asked me, she came and asked me, can I give your friend my number to this person? I was like, okay, give my number, let me have their number. And then he texted me and he was like, hi, you in the UK? I said, yes, I'm in the UK. I said, you know, I'm doing this, I'm coming in the UK on this visa. I'm applying for jobs and this and stuff like that. And I am open to learning a few things here and there. If you have any information that you can actually give me, I'll be happy, even if it's not in regards to job application, even if it's in regards to navigating the United Kingdom. And I was like, okay. And then he said, and then he said, the fact that you left your job, you quit your job, you come to apply for this, you're one in a million. Not a lot of people actually, not a lot of people actually do this kind of thing. And I was like, okay, that's perfectly. My heart is settled. I'm happy about this. And I came and we started having conversations, and the conversation started going. And at some point I was like, this guy is showing interest, but he's not showing interest. Like, what's the thing? When we're talking, he stays in Jersey and now in mainland. So he was like, oh, you can actually come to Jersey and just like, you know, relieve the tension of applying for jobs on the weekend. You can come to Jersey and relieve the tension. And I was like, oh, I'm open to coming. Like, I mean,
why not?
There's no problem with exploring the country over the weekends. No HR is going to read you over the weekend either way. So I can actually just take 2 days off and try. So I took the days, and actually he told me, and I told him it's fine. He was like, okay, are you sure? I was like, yeah, I'm sure. And he was like, okay, let me book your flight. You come. And that's how he booked my flight, and I went to Jersey. So I went to Jersey. I was like, okay, the guys treating me nicely. I'm not paying any bills. I'm not doing anything. Things are getting comfortable. I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay, good job, perfectly fine. Earning his good money. And I was like, we're doing well in this conversation. So my time in Jersey was perfectly fine, and then I came back to London. When you come back to your place, you're first waiting to see if you've earned yourself a second visit. Unajua unaweza kuja na ufike na block hivi. Yaani mtu anakusustain. Someone is holding you for those 3 days.
So that you go back.
When you go back, they put you on a block. So after that, we started talking. I noticed now the conversation is becoming more serious, more better. I was like, okay, fine. So he said, do you mind coming back to Jersey? I want to ask you something, and I want to ask you through the phone. And he was like, okay. I was like, okay, fine. Easy. I can come. He was like, can I send you a ticket? I was like, yeah. Send me the ticket. Me, I don't mind being paid for a ticket. I don't mind it. I can pay it, but if you are willing to pay it, why not? So I paid for my ticket and to Jersey, and he said, okay, now can we be together? Can we move on to the next step? And things like that. And I was like, okay, I'm open to it. We can move on to the next step. What does this look like for us? How does this look like? And he was like, okay, this is how a journey looks like. We can actually even make things official between the two of us, and he's been pretty much amazing. Honestly, if I wouldn't have gone to the UK, like 100% sure, if I would not have stepped in the UK, we would have never been together. One of the reasons I say that is because he's Kenyan and I'm Kenyan. And we have been, surprisingly, we have been in spaces together. And he has never seen me in those spaces. Yet we have been in spaces in Kenya together.
Guys, this is what I keep telling you.
In this country, we have been.
Some of you are single because you have refused to leave your country.
And because we left, and actually, what I and I was telling him how, I was asking him how if he came to the UK when he was in a relationship, and I was like, and then I asked what happened, and it was like, time difference, whatever. Sometimes the conversation is fading away with someone. You want to talk trains, someone's talking matata. And sometimes you are holding back what you want to say because it feels like bragging. So you need to consider what you're saying and things like that. And then sometimes you're telling someone, come and visit me and even pay your visit and do things like that for you. But someone is like, oh, I can't find time for my job. I can't do this. You know what? They're afraid. I need to do this. So it just becomes hard. But when you are already, you've made a step to travel, because your partner wants to see, even if you can do long distance for a while, if the opportunity comes for us to relocate, you're a person who's willing to do it. Yeah. And by the fact that I had moved to that country like that,
it was obvious.
I mean, if right now you get a job, well-paying job in USA, I'm in for it, babe. We are going. Like, carry me to USA. We are going to that country. If you get another, like, and my mind is open. You know, when you move to this abroad countries, there's a way it opens up your mind, even if it is just for travel, even if it's just for a 3-day travel, 1-day travel, there's a way your mind opens up, and because of that, there's a way you become, and then
you even start thinking your conversations,
your conversations
move to the next
change,
level.
Literally things in your life completely change, and that's what happened to me. Yeah, so we have been together for a while, and I can say so far, so good. Yeah.
Trust
Really
me,
good.
guys, I saw her when she was going to the UK. This is a completely different person in all ways. Now, Nanti, there's something I forgot to ask, so I'm just going to take you back a little bit. Tell me about, so how you were able to be in the UK for 6 months. Kwani hauna job? Talk about that.
First, I live with my sister. My sister lives in the UK, so I live with my sister and my partner. When I went, fully sponsored by them. Kenya, I was working for an international brand, but the salary was salaried. So it was. I used to say sadaka na fair. Yeah. Pay God his dues. Give Caesar what belongs to Caesar. And then you know what? Have a fair to go back and get the sadaka and fair. When I was there and I was doing that for a while, one of the things I did, my job decided to pay me for training. So they said they would pay me an amount for training. It was not payment for working. I was not working. It was payment for training. Yeah. So they said.
So you were training there in the job?
Yes. I was not going in the office. Remember, I don't have the right to work, so I was not going.
No, what I'm saying, the job you had in Kenya, how are you able to be in the UK for 6 months?
No. My job in Kenya, I quit it.
Okay.
I quit. I said, you know what, kaput with your sadaka and fair.
Yeah, now talk about that, because that's the other thing that, like, how are you able to come to that stage where you're like, okay, I'm just gonna quit this? Because maybe there's somebody because I think that's the other thing, like, you quitting that job opened this other opportunity for you. And could it be that some of us are where we are because we are holding on to things that are already, like, we've served our time there, but I don't know, talk about that.
Yeah. I've had good bosses. The place where I worked, honestly, my bosses in that place, I credit my career growth 90% of it to them. But it's not good bosses that propel your life, unfortunately to say. And I have extremely good bosses. I love them. I talk to them. I even met one.
Yeah, I remember yesterday.
I love them completely. And one of the things is that a company is more than just bosses. Yeah, it gets to a place where you need to see yourself you have grown. So I felt a point where stagnation was coming in, and I was like, I'm stagnating, I'm not moving. And I had already seen the career path in line with that company, and I've seen honestly it would take me some time for them to create a position that will pay me more. And I just decided, you know what, I can't stay because I have good people around me. It's not enough. It's not enough to be good people. You know these things that say nice girls don't get the call office. Sometimes you have to be aggressive. And that's the thing I decided. I decided, you know what, it doesn't hurt with quitting the job and leaving. My country is Kenya. I have the right to work in this country. So if I go and try elsewhere and it doesn't work, I will come back to this country. It's important to always know that when you think you're failing, you're not failing. Like there's always a solution out of the thing that you're feeling. Sometimes we are stuck in somewhere because we don't see another option. So you are the only one that can create for yourself another option. So create that option for yourself. And then get the position. Leave. If you need to leave, leave. Stay somewhere saying, but it's permanent and pensionable. But there's nothing like permanent and pensionable. I've told you people, you're not born someone, not your mother's company. When you want to remove you, it is permanent until we decide to remove you. And we will. For sure, where the economy is going right now, we will remove you. So, if you need to leave, make that choice to leave. If you need to take a career break, make that choice to take a career break and upskill yourself. So for me, what it did for me, I'd worked in an international brand. I had seen people. First, I worked in a hospitality training ground. When I say it was an international brand, but it was a hospitality training ground, where your staff are trained, and then kidogo kidogo watu wa cruise ship wamebeba watu wengi, kidogo kidogo watu wa jazz wamebeba watu wengi. Kidogo kidogo Iva amekuja, mimi nataka na Iva kukorido kwa kuja kunipangia staff. So kidogo kidogo watu wa Australia wamebeba watu wengi. Yani my people are the target audience for people outside there. So waiter anaamka anaenda cruise ship. Mwingine siku nyingine housekeeper ameamka ameenda jazz. Na you know, ako kazi permanent and pensionable. Jazz ameenda kupo 9 months. Hata iko shua kama atarudishwa round 2. Ameenda kupo 9 months, lakini ameenda for that 9 months. That 9 months ameenda. Yani choose a foregoing mshahara yake, which actually a waiter in the brand I was working for is paid better than an auditor in a Big 4 company. Is paid better than a doctor in a hospital. Is paid better, not even in Mbagathi, better than a Bekan. Waiter, and just so now, ana degree because it's considered an unskilled job. Ana degree in that hotel is paid more than a doctor who's going to save lives. Is paid more than a head teacher. Was being paid for more than my father, who was a senior lecturer at University of Nairobi. Waiter, housekeeper mwenye anatandika vitanda, alikuwa analipwa more than that. So how comes these people can leave their good well-paying jobs to go try somewhere 9 months and then wajaribu wako? So I used to wake up nasikia mwingine cruise ship, mwingine sijui wapi.
And you are there.
Nimekaa sadaka na fair na title Madam HR. Na title, sadaka na fair na title. Sometimes you're sitting on your title na hakuna kitu. You know the way that Africa has can give you a title. You can be head of something in Africa region. Na uko hapo unalipwa to 50,000. Na uko constantly broke. Kwa 50,000 serikali kipiga yake, alafu zile loans zenye ulichukua zichukue zake. Hata ukai hiyo head. So I decided, you know what? If these people can try,
why not you?
Me, I've read. Me, I have everything. Me, I'm trying. Let me also try like the way they've tried. So I was in an environment where people were just trying. By then, one of our chefs, one of our top chefs, left and went to become a kitchen porter. Umetoka mali unapika unaenda kupolish masahani. Na akaamua na akaenda.
And you are there.
And me, I'm there at 3.
With the roots.
Ati mimi niko hapo 3, Madam HR, nimeniletea chai kwa ofisi. Hapana. I decided, you know what? I'll start from whatever it is for that. And don't be rigid to your workplace when you're especially trying countries outside. Me, I was lucky to get a HR role. And actually, my HR role is in a recruitment company. So they're recruiting for other places. So it's a recruitment consulting company. But you see, the thing is, if I was honestly applying for HR in like a company, a mzungu company, not a consulting firm, a mzungu company, honestly, singepata. Let's be honest, singepata. But it's because UK has a lot of recruitment companies, so my chances were there. But imagine you're coming from a place of maybe you're head of finance, you're going to apply in the UK. You cannot apply for head of finance
job,
to real. You can apply for finance senior, you can apply for finance entry, but you cannot apply for head of finance. Because you think UK doesn't have people who have read? You think UK doesn't have people who can be head of finance in that country? It's the same way here in Kenya. Our finance minister, it's not from Europe. Kuna positions zingine you give your own. Kwanza, you trust your own with them. Your own kukishindikana. Ama you bring Eva anaanza na uko chini akipanda. Tumekuona ukipanda. Tumetua sasa tunakupatia hiyo cheo. But you cannot wake up from here and you say that you will go and read that you are leading East African region. Now you are applying for leading the whole of Europe. Hiyo haiwezi. Wacha kujidanganya. And Middle East. That is good vibes, and inshallah it will not happen. So if you have the opportunity to go in a starting level, you're looking for that visa. Go with that visa, fika hapo. Changing a visa is easier than getting the first visa from here. Because the first visa from here means that they are paying for you the visa, they're paying for your accommodation, they're paying your flight, they're paying steward. The process is longer. It's gonna take you like 3 weeks to get the visa. But if you're changing the visa from one employer to another, it's a very smooth process.
Because you're already there.
Hakuna mtu anakutafutia nyumba anafanya. You're already there. Actually, if you check some of the jobs that are there, you'll see that say we are giving sponsorship, but
those who are
to people who are already here, changing to another. We're only changing sponsorship. We are not doing what? We are not bringing you from afar. So, Kenya inaweza kupeleka. Kama you are good at accounting, nani accounts clerk inakupeleka? Go for that accounts clerk. Why do you want head of? I mean, that accounts clerk position of yours you'd find is paying you better than your head of Dini, but your ego has held you to a title. That's not helping you. Like you go there. Wenda there, jiite head of finance. Siwende unatoka kwenye kwa payroll yako. Why jiite head of finance? You're heading the accounting section of your desk. Why jiite hiyo head hadi siku yenye utakuwa? Imagine it's real.
Okay, Nanto, this is so exciting. Now, in closing, there's I don't know how much you want to talk about this, but so guys, both Nant and I, we lost our moms around the same time. It was around the same time we lost our moms. So I'm just curious to know, because for me, I always believe that things don't just happen. There's always a reason why things happen, and we can always choose to either focus on the sad side of it or focus on the bitter side of the lemon or focus on the lemonade. So I'm just curious, is there any role that your mom's passing on? Like, did it play any role in your decision to move, or even like, did it contribute anything? Like, let's say if had she still been alive today, do you think you'd have thought of going to the UK?
So, my mom, 2 weeks before she died, we were together. It was Christmas time, 2021. And my mom told me, she said, I want you to go to the UK. And I said, no. My first answer was, no, I am not going to the UK. I am not. And then she asked, why are you not going? And I said, I don't know who I'll leave you behind for. Like for me, my mom was literally my life. When my mom died, it's like I died with her and then another me came up. So if my mom was in this country, first me, I'm a last born. So I'm a last born, and then by the time I was being born, kapasa kalikuwa kameanza kukua. So I've known I've known to be shielded, to be in the presence of my mom. So when my mom died, everything did a 360 done like this. Shielding done, whatever done and everything. So now, when I was moving to the UK, honestly, I was like, looking back in Kenya, I have nothing. I'm curious about going back. I don't have children. Okay, I have people I miss. I have sisters and brothers. I miss you, I will see you, but honestly, you don't carry the weight that my mom carried. It's not that now I cannot leave Kenya and what. It's a thing that did. And honestly, for me, if my mom did not die, I wouldn't have been even this self-sufficient with myself. As much as I have lived with my sister and my sister has provided immensely for me, she has been a good host. Like, people tell me in the UK, living with a relative. What one alipanga kuishi na relative?
Yeah.
So me, I've lived scot-free, nothing, zero, nothing. There's nothing I buy for myself literally when I'm there. And so with my mom even going away, it just gave me that confidence to move forward. As much as it was a painful experience, it is still a painful experience. Kuna time someone asked me, by the way, kwa nini you work hard the way you work? And I remember my answer was one way. Mimi sina mama. If you see me like this, mimi sina mama. No one is obligated to support you like your mother. Remember, my sister has children, and luckily she's never been in the position where she has to choose her children and me. But if that position comes, even me as a sister, I'll expect her to choose her children first. You see, that place has never been there. Thank God that place has never been there. But even me, and even if we're in a position where I'm supposed to choose between me and my sister's children, I'd pick my sister's children over my sister. You see, because they're more vulnerable and they need that more than I need it. That's it with my sister. So when my mom died, it literally just opened me up. As much as I feel like we should have been here to see the progress, to see the work, but again, I'm thankful that it happened. Honestly, it would look like I'm not grieving, but I'm thankful that it happened because it now made me stronger. It made me to be in a place of, she wanted this for me. And even when I was going here, I was like, okay, my mom was right. Honestly, I've paid for this place. I've come here. This is where I've met the love of my life. This is where my work is going to be. This is literally where my life is going to be. And this is a place where I've reached. I'm flourishing. I didn't even have like a full, like a serious job, but still, in the 6 months I've been in the UK, I've made more money that I've made in my entire life.
You had a proper job.
When I had a proper job, Sadaka and Afia, I've made like a lot of money. So I was just like, okay, it is a painful affair, but honestly, there's blessing in this.
That came with it,
yeah.
Oh wow. So Nante, thank you so much. It has been a pleasure having you here, and to all of you who took the time to comment, to watch the video and ask questions. I believe that this has been a very, very, very educative session. I saw somebody asking, what is the minimum age for sponsorship, age limit of applying for a sponsorship job?
There's no age limit for applying for a sponsorship job, but for the new entrant rule, it's 26.
26, huh?
Yes.
For the 26,000.
Yes, for the 30,000.
30,000, sorry, and everybody else is 38,000.
Everybody else is 38,000 apart from people in the medical field, which is 23,000. It's 23,000 for people in the medical field, so the rest of the people is 38,000. Apply for the job. There's no age.
Okay, so guys, there's no age limit.
Yeah.
So the others were just saying, hi, thank you all. I see people from Garissa, Zimbabwe, Botswana, Kenya. Edu is saying sorry. We have people from Qatar. So thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. It was a pleasure having you, Nante. Thank you so much for all the insights you have shared. And guys, if you have any questions about getting jobs in the UK, please feel free to put in your questions in the comment section. Even if you're watching this video after the live, we will come back and check on the questions. If we need to do another follow-up video, we will do that. Otherwise, I will try my best to answer them in the comment section below. And do check out the links to the job sites you can apply. And just know this is a game of numbers. Clearly, that's the main message I've gotten here. This is a game of numbers. You don't expect to do one application and come crying, Eva, I have been applying for the last 1 year. No, you have just seen classic example here, 500 plus jobs in the span of about a month, and 10 phone calls later from 10 different employers, and then finally she has her job. So thank you so much, Nante. It was a pleasure having you on the channel. Any final words before we close?
Apply for those jobs, you'll get the job. There is a guarantee that you will get the job. So take your time, apply for the jobs. Don't give up, and remember, you're not a what? a bona fide servant of the company you are working for.
All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. If you are not yet subscribed, please do yourself a favor. And oh, somebody has another question. Do you have what? Do you have links to retail jobs? And yes, Boniface, please go and check. I have posted, I think, 7 links to websites.
Yeah.
Please take a moment and go through them. There are jobs for all categories. Just take a moment, take your time, go through them. And we wish you all the best in your applications. And we look forward to hosting you here when you have a success story to share with us. Have yourselves a beautiful evening, morning, afternoon, wherever in the world you are watching us. And we shall see you on the next one. Thanks, Nante. Bye-bye. Wow, that was good. Thank you.